All right, welcome everybody to another, sorry, not Minecraft, Bloodborne Musings, where we are stuck at a place that I'm not particularly a fan of, but then again, I was thinking to myself the other day, like, especially as I'm doing the playthrough on the other set of videos, but, these were a lot more, I wouldn't say like terrifying, but frustrating and difficult, back before I got comfortable with, uh-oh.
There's something wrong with me.
Yep, you're pregnant with the moon beasts, child. Anyways, sorry, that's a little bit of spoilers. Like, I've watched the complete playthroughs by Mr. Fightin' Cowboy, and so if you're interested in that, like, he does a much better job. But then again, the better I get, uh-oh, she's just gonna laugh. Also, I like how my torch is like in their faces, but I don't want to like. Anyways, yep, she just laughs. Okay, and then her. Yeah, we might be to the point where they're all insane, or because she was giving out sedatives. I got 3. Oh wait, no, here we go.
Very, very patient. Here you are.
There we go.
Forget your troubles. Forget your cares.
Don't ever do that in real life. That's substance abuse, and you need to be careful with that. But sedatives in this game will prevent you from having a horrible death at the hands of very terrifying creatures known as the Winter Lanterns. So, but anyways, back to the musings. And actually, we're gonna. Is he still walking around? Maybe not. Anyways, the other thing that I really wanted to achieve with these videos is just kind of explaining, computer science, programming, tech in a nutshell, all that. Because I think this is a very nice way to learn, just kind of hanging out, watching some violence, and not necessarily violence, gameplay. But, doing something that's somewhat relaxing and yet learning at the same time, so where you're not even realizing that you're learning. Also, this guy, annoying. Ah! I just jumped right into it. But now we're at a higher level, so this area really isn't that bad. So, anyways, scalability. Like, I keep talking about that, I keep repeating it because it is, in my opinion, the most important thing that you'll learn in computer science. And basically what that refers to is, if you can fix one problem, why not try to fix 10 problems, or all the problems regarding the certain situation? Oh wait, which way do you go? And that's also kind of how you think about hard coding. And like, when I say hard coding, that's solving one problem and only one problem, or like only a few problems, and not realizing that there's other problems or other ways you could fix problems. So, and by that I mean, let's see, so hard coding, say, let's go back to the grading example. So you get a grade, and to be purely hard coding, which would be ridiculous. Nice, we healed all of that. Ow, but that guy, oh, he used to hurt a lot more than that. I was gonna say, usually they drop like silver bullets, but, and he glitched, you can't push him. Anyways, push these guys. But yeah, let's look at the grading program. So you get a grade and you're trying to assign a letter grade to a number value. Let's say you get the grade and you have a giant if-else statement saying, if grade is 100, return A. If grade is 99, or else if grade is 99, return A. And so on until you've covered all 100 of the, or no, 101? Because 0 is also a possibility. And so when you include 0, I believe it's like actually 101 possibilities. So anyways, and that's not even including, like, say you want to get extra credit or involve extra credit in that. Like, there's a whole bunch of factors that can make this very complicated, and that's hard coding. That's like making it painfully inefficient, and you would write like 100 or 101 if statements just to cover all of the possible scenarios of a typical American grade. I don't know how grading works in other countries, that's why I kind of throw that in there. But yeah, and pretty much anytime you're doing code, you have to account for it being different in other countries. Like how in China they read like top down, left to right, I think. Like they do vertical lines. And, I always say, like, when you're learning how to program, computer code follows the same schema as our reading, top down, left to right. Ooh, also, is this unlocked now? No. I forget where I get the key for that. I'd probably have to go check out. If I can't figure it out, it's probably in the unseen village that I'm not really excited about going to. Or what I also wanted to do and why we went this way is we're going to try to find the old workshop. But anyways, back to the scalability. A much more cleaner and efficient way to do that would be if grade is greater than 90, return A. Else if grade is greater than 80, return B. Because you're already handling the situation of if they got a 90 or higher. So that way you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to explicitly deal with that in any way. It's just, okay, is it 90? No. Is it above? Maybe. Or, well, you would know by that point. You'd know yes. Then you'd be like, all right, we're done. No need to go to the rest of the code. No more time spent on this problem. Even though it's just, nanoseconds and like clock cycles and very small, minute anyway. Let's see. Now we got to go down. Wait, is this where it goes all the way around? Sorry. So that's a more scalable approach. In fact, that is, I'd want to say like purely scalable because you do still have to make those certain distinctions of whether they got an A, B, C, D, or F. And possibly like the if grade is a letter, then return error, like that's not a proper letter or that's not a proper grade value, Or if there's points and there weren't supposed to be or other way around. Well, yeah, just because like you want to enforce that the data coming in is in the correct format, otherwise it could cause problems. Python is a little more forgiving with this, where they do the type, they figure out the type behind the scenes. You don't have to actually explicitly say, oh, this is a float, or this is an int, or this is a long. So it's kind of, more efficient in that way, but I think that adds to part of how it's less efficient in terms of power consumption. And maybe time. I mean, it takes extra time to do those checks on everything. So also now, so to get to the old workshop, I don't remember where it is, but you gotta fall somewhere. See, there's like doorways, or I guess those are windows. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a window in every wall. So in some floors, no windows. Then you go down, a window in every wall. All right, so that's not confusing at all, because one of those is going to be a doorway, but it's way down there. So let's go this way. Oh, jeez. And let's heal up, because one wrong step and we could be falling for a ways. Probably dying. We only have 2,000 blood echoes, so it's not a big deal. But actually, yeah, it's really not a big deal. If I die, I lose 2,000 blood echoes. I'm just going to go somewhere else. All right, so that looks like a door. But it's not open. But I'm going to try it. So, and in this game, I'm going to... Woo! Oh, I missed it. And I died. So, that's okay. Now we know where that door... Oh, wait. I was going to say, we need to look around and see if we can actually see the correct door. I think that was where we need to go, but we'll find out. Anyways, and then the other concept, which I'm actually teaching my own kiddos right now, is pigeon-holing. And now this greatly relates to cybersecurity in the sense that I've been exploring preventative blue teaming, which is my fancy term for, social engineering, but in a positive way, like trying to manipulate human behavior to eliminate the need for cybersecurity, or at least reduce it. Because from what I learned when I was studying cybersecurity, the major problem that we have right now is scammers. People trying to scam the elderly or the less tech savvy, or even, people like me. I started falling for one of the scams. It was, oh, I won the lottery and I'm trying to give out money. And I was like, okay, yeah, right. But then part of me was like, wait, what if somebody was trying to do this? How would they go about it? And then I was starting to figure out, like, if I won the lottery and I was trying to give back to people, how would I find out who to distribute it to? And then actually, we don't even need to worry about any of that, but, yeah, so I was like, okay, there's a small chance, maybe like 1 in 100, that this is actually legitimate, but let's see. And I also wanted to see, okay, what do they say? What do they do? I wanted to study the actual tactics. So granted, yes, I fell for it initially, and I was like, okay, I gave them their number just to see. I rolled the dice. But then I was like, oh no, well, at least this isn't a wasted opportunity. Let's study what they do. And so they sent me a picture of, let's see, where? Ah, see, this is so frustrating. Let's look at it from this way. Because there was like that one spot. Yeah, that's the door. So we got to fall off of that hole and land on that little thing? Or, oh, no, that thing. Can I land on that? Anyways, yeah, that's definitely the door we got to go to, and I think we have to land on either that platform just to the right of my left arm where the torch. Oh gosh, no, don't fall. Let's see. Can we land on that? Let's try it. Nope, and we're falling all the way down. It's definitely death. So this is where you're supposed to go, like originally, and then you get into that area, which we might do that as well. But if we land on the secret door, you get to the old hunter workshop, and then you get like a gift for the doll, and it's all this cool stuff. And you need to do it for all the trophies. So I think I messed this one up because we did not get to explore all of Hypogean Gold. Actually, I know I did, because we didn't fight the Dark Beast Parl, which you do in Hypogean Gold. Yeah, so that's all right. I'll do it on the walkthrough. This is, again, really for music. But anyways, pigeon-holing. Sorry. So pigeon-holing refers to how people that used to keep pigeons, or still do, would have a hole or a cubby for each pigeon. Now, only one pigeon could go in each cubby, and so if they had 10 pigeons, they would need at least, or at the minimum, 10 pigeonholes just to satisfy the need for space. And that's an important concept in computer science, because if you're trying to run a program, you need a minimum amount of RAM and a minimum amount of memory. And so there's that. But also, when you're dealing with number theory and probabilities, you know, it's an easier way to predict the needs of a system by saying, I'm trying to think of an example for that. So for trying to find someone with a birthday in all 12 months, you would need at least 12 people in the optimum setting, which is very highly unlikely that everybody's going to have a birthday in their respective month and only have one birthday in a month. So, and same thing with having a birthday in every single day. You would need at minimum 365 people for that study to work. Here, we're just going to go this way now. Oh, too far. Yep, that is the door, though. I am very certain, and I think we got to land on that little platform and get here. So, anyways, yeah, and numbers theory and probability and stuff like that is really important in computer science, because when you're dealing with data, and bits especially, you're dealing with thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of thousands, like, you know, megabyte, kilobyte, gigabyte, or wait, no, it goes kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, then it's like thousand, million, billion, I don't know. Anyways, and each one is 1,000 of the previous one. So, whoops, yeah, it's right here. And then you get terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes. So, anyways, it gets pretty large very quickly, is what I'm saying. And I could be butchering that up. I haven't looked at that part of computer science for many years. Now I've just been in the part of testing, development, actually doing system admin and sysops tools. So stuff like that. And then as far as cybersecurity, I've completely strayed from a lot of this stuff. I still parse logs and monitor networks and do all that. And I'm also monitoring suspicious traffic or just patterns in the system. You know, specifically, if you think you've got malware, it's either one of a couple of things usually. It's either mining crypto or beaconing back to its host, saying, I'm ready, you know, I'm still ready, and then to be used in a DDoS attack as a zombie. So those are really the main ones. I mean, also in stealing your data. So those are actually, sorry, that's a very big one, and we shan't forget that. I wonder if I have to, well, no. See, because you got to take into account, there we go. Oh ho ho! And heal up all the way. There we go. We solved the mystery. That's how you get to the old hunter's workshop. Actually, I'll do this. Abandoned old workshop, which, incidentally, oh, and we're in the freaky deaky. Oh, look at that, though. I love the architecture in this game. They spent so much time in the detail, and oh, it's just beautiful. But anyways, this is exactly identical, or a replica, except there's chests where the messengers should be, of the dream that you go back to all the time. Oh, yep, now you can dress up like the doll. I don't remember if there's actually use for that. and except to be kind of like an Easter egg thing. Oh, yep, and then we get a lantern. Here is the doll that we hallucinate and see as giving us power and strength. Don't think too much into that. So, anyways. 1/3 of umbilical cord. And that is how you get the hidden ending of fighting the moon beast. You have to get 3/3 or a whole. Oh, and the old 100 bone. That's really good too. It makes you like anime fast. Anyways, you get the 3 pieces of the umbilical cord, or the 3/3. There's actually 4 in this game, but it's really hard to get the 4th one. It's hard to get all of them. I mean, like this one took us a bit. If you didn't know this was here, you know, you'd have to do a lot of searching in that free fall room just to find this place. And I think you're supposed to use the lantern to get back. I don't know if you can actually fall, but let's try it because I also wanted to finish up down there. So, oh yeah, you can do that. We can definitely do that. Alright, now this is going to hurt. I usually try to fall on this pile of stuff because it hurts a little less. Alright. Anyways, pigeon-holing in the sense of cybersecurity and preventative maintenance, and that's the other thing, is I actually did preventative maintenance for a wind energy company. We produced wind turbine blades. And, oh wait, let's listen. I think they just laughed.
A celebration. A great night of celebration.
Yeah, the ones that are all into this night of hunting. Also, I used to hate this area because they had a snatcher, and it would, oh, yes, you can knock over bottles. But anyways, yeah, pigeonholing in the other sense is where you're confining someone to a label. And that's also the idea of the relevancy and irrelevancy of labels. And this is both an intrinsic and extrinsic factor when it comes to just people's behavior. Like, if you're constantly being called, like, a felon is the example that I used in the Minecraft musing, and that is one of the most damaging. It's like, you know, you're a criminal, you'll always be a criminal, and we deal with it specifically. Oh, that's one of the alien things. Yeah, let's do it. We've got 20 insight, but you gotta be careful. Boom! One shot, nice. Anyways, so if you constantly call someone, you know, a criminal or a felon in the U.S. is our big thing. If you gain a felony through whatever reasons, doesn't matter. And we have some very unfair substance abuse laws where if you're even caught with, you know, a drug or a substance, not marijuana anymore, they're pretty lax about that, especially here in Colorado. But, you know, if you're caught with a little bit of cocaine, granted, yes, cocaine is bad, it's unhealthy, it's dangerous, it could potentially make you do other crimes, and that's like the real reason. I mean, it is a health risk, but so are cigarettes, and cigarettes are a much worse health risk in my opinion, you know, as they, yeah. They're just a lot more offensive to the society and the community around too, so there's that. But either way, it's all bad, but, you know, if you get caught with cocaine, you get a felony. Like, and you are now forever a felon. You will never be able to remove that mark. It's like it's a permanent record mark, and that's the thing. Now, granted, after about 10 years, you can still get just about any job. A lot of places only do background checks back even like 3 or 4 years maybe, and you know, a lot of times it's just probation and you get kicked out. But that's also for mushrooms. You know, any drug, any illegal drug besides marijuana is like a felony. So, wait, where did the snatcher go? Did the snatcher disappear? Yeah, because that's the brain sucker. We didn't kill a snatcher. I'm trying to remember where it was. Like, if you were coming out of that room. So that's an elevator. We'll check that out. But, yeah, I want to say the snatcher was through here. Oh, well. Let's just make sure that there's nowhere else we can go. So we fell through here. Coming out here. Can't turn anywhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the snatcher was to the... No. To the right. Here. Anyways, I'm thinking that sums up this area. Let's go to this elevator and see where this goes. 'Cause I honestly don't remember. But yeah, pigeonholing. Same with, you know, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're, you know, any label, racist or otherwise, like, any method of... This is where we go. And this is that item that we can never seem to get up here. Oh, cool. I've been wondering about that for a while. So, anyways, the relevancy of those labels, like, whatever. They're really not that scary now because they don't deal as much damage. I have a lot more health and I can deal a lot of damage back. But anyways, the point of that is it relevant? And in our own thinking of others and our thinking of ourselves. And that's why I say it's intrinsic and extrinsic. Because if you label yourself in that pigeonhole, or you pigeonhole yourself into that cubby of, oh, I'm a felon, I will always be a felon, then that's all you're going to be. And, you know, you're going to probably commit more crimes because you don't see the point in it. Like, you disrespect law enforcement because all they do is they're out to go catch people that are just trying to party and have a good time, or maybe they have an addiction, but still, like, it's, you know, who are you to say that they need to be in jail or prison or on probation for multiple years, where, like, undoubtedly, if you have a substance abuse issue and then you get on probation, they're going to find out about all of the other things that you're doing. Like, say you're selling some because you need money to buy them, you know, then you're a drug dealer. And then if you get caught, you're a drug dealer for life. And once you're under that microscope of probation, they'll start watching your movements, watching your stuff. The cops will leave. You know, I don't know the actual extent of it, but I just know that, you know, probation will yield, or has a good chance of yielding more criminal offenses because you're under the microscope. So, anyways, and in my opinion, all non-violent offenses, well, I should say most, because I'm still not a fan of sexual assault. In fact, child predators are like the lowest rung in the hierarchy of people that commit crimes, and rightfully so. Like, you know, innocent children are the most needed of protection. So, anyways, and not to say about all this other stuff like child mutilation and transgender, like, I don't even want to touch that. That's not my area. All I know is I'm going to control my two kids to where I don't think I would allow that until they're at least 18, because when a kid is a 5-year-old, they want to be a dinosaur. And when they're, you know, a teenager, they can expect, I don't know. See, that's the thing, is like, I don't really have an opinion, except for I worry about the parents' opinion. They're the ones that should be concerned about it, not other people. Like, I have no choice over your kid. If you want to do that for your kid, you should be free to do that, right? That's what I think. You know, that's... Anyways, we got way too far into an uncomfortable topic that I don't really care for. But anyways, the protection aspect, though. Ooh. Oh, did I mess that up? Yep. I just saw crows on there, and I was like, oh, I haven't defeated those enemies. Also, can we... So anyways, the intrinsic and extrinsic labeling, though, and like, or fat, or overweight, or any of the things that people get teased about, or, oh, the smelly kid, you know, and it's especially harmful for kids in school, like, you know, for bullying and hazing and stuff, or college. Yeah, if you're a recruit, you know, now you're open to all this, you know, abuse and stuff, which is outlawed in most universities, but, you know, for a while was a dangerous thing. Or like, you had to drink or chug an entire, you know, thing of beer, which could lead to alcohol poisoning with, you know, sickness or death. So anyways, it's just a lot of like common sense, really, and you need to have common sense about you everywhere and all the time. Yeah, I think all the snatchers disappeared now that we're in this blood moon phase, because there's supposed to be a snatcher right here. There was supposed to be one tromping around when we went in that first elevator, and now that we're actually strong enough to defeat them all easily, they're gone. That's kind of a cop out, but whatever. Let's see. Ooh, what is all over here? I feel like there's more stuff that I haven't... Oh, I think there was an item here. Oops. Yeah, well. Where that body was. And there are supposed to be shooters. I didn't see any of them. I don't even know if I want to go to the... Maybe we'll go to get the lantern, but... Oops. Oh, yeah, nope, there's the shooters. Kind of hard to time the attacks. Oh, geez, he's still alive? I thought he died. But anyways, pigeon-holing is a very real and serious thing that leads to a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of abuse, and just a lot of negativity. Like, and one thing about the whole... Well, no, we won't get into that, but Anyways, pigeonholing is something to be aware of. It's potentially dangerous. It's unhealthy. And it doesn't really serve any good. Like, law enforcement uses racism or profiling. Sorry, hold on, let me see. Law enforcement uses labels so they can do their job. Like, if you have to find, you know, a tall black male, like, you're not going to be like, oh, of African descent or anything. No, you're talking skin color at that point, just so they can identify. And, you know, and that just accidentally led to a bunch of racism. Like, oh, now I'm just black, and black is like evil and dark and dirty and all this. And so all of these things, this baggage that's attached to that label, come with it. And so, and I try to be as PC as I can. I know I'm not perfect, and I know I was even way less perfect when I was up in a redneck mountain town where we didn't really have people that were non-white. Like, I mean, I only knew of one Jewish person, and that was my high school sweetheart. Like, you know, it was, and not because she was Jewish, it was because she was beautiful and smart and a skier and all this. And then I found out she was Jewish. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't care whatsoever. But then I realized, I was like, wait, I got to watch what I say, because I watch a lot of South Park and they rip on Jewish people, you know, and it's, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is the Unseen Village. All right, well, we'll do it, whatever. And if we die, we lose. Not, oh, look how much damage that guy did. Anyways, we got to find the Bell Maiden so those don't just keep respawning. Anyways, yeah, so as long as it's not hurting someone, okay, but like it potentially could be hurtful to someone if they heard it. So it's still not good to, you know, tell racist jokes and stuff, even amongst your friends in the privacy of your own. And of course, it's easier said than done when you're little kids. Your brain isn't fully developed until you're like mid to late 20s. So it's understandable, but at the same time, it doesn't make it right. And it goes the reverse way too. Like, racism can happen to everyone. Like, in fact, specifically, I remember I was a victim of a little bit of that when I was in daycare up in Leadville, which is heavily Hispanic. And I remember I was one of the few white people in the daycare, and I didn't care. I was okay. I played with the other kids. It was fine. I didn't see anything wrong with it until they started seeing something wrong with my white skin. And they started making fun of me and hazing me, so, which was good, actually, honestly, because it gave me an experience to where I was hesitant to do that to others, because I knew what it felt like. I walked a mile in those shoes. Doesn't make me an expert in racism or anything. It just makes me relatable. Like, I understand. And that's the other thing people need to understand is, like, and that's something I've been calling binary bias. And this thing, so black and white, basically, and sorry, this is kind of a poor timing to say this concept, but it either is or it isn't, kind of in layman's terms. And so when we hear something like politics, for example, if you're not a Democrat, you're automatically a Republican, or vice versa, which may not be the case. You might be undecided, libertarian, or, you know, all the gray area of in between. Same with man and woman. You might be a man, or if you're not a man, you have to be a woman. Well, not anymore. Now we have a whole range of different genders and identities, and either self-imposed labels, externally imposed labels, like all of this stuff, this gray area. I was gonna say, I don't get anything from that. They just keep respawning until I kill the Bell Maiden. And this isn't operable at this time. That's definitely certain death. Or is it? I might be able to survive that. No. I might be able to survive a fall to that platform. You can kind of see, but my luck, I'd fall all the way down. So anyways, let's not go here, I guess. This is for later. But yeah, binary bias, pigeonholing, and the relevancy and irrelevancy of labels. When to use them, when not to use them, when it's appropriate, when it could be harmful. All of these things, those three main concepts, are basically like my efforts of blue team preventative maintenance in a nutshell. Like, if we could just think a different way about how we talk about things. Oh no! I was gonna say that thing, like, jeez. Okay, we gotta get that Bellman. Ah! Okay, so there he's going to grab. And if you're anywhere in there, in that area of that aura, you get grabbed and it hurts a lot. Oh, this is why I don't like this place. They're so strong. So, anyways, in a nutshell, all of the things that you really should learn by learning computer science is scalability, pigeonholing, of course coding is in there, but these main concepts, scalability, pigeonholing, relevancy and irrelevancy of labels, binary bias, and what was the other one? Anyways, just those ideas. Oh, actually, we can just go to the unseen village now. We've got teleportation. So, and really those first two, scalability and pigeonholing, like I feel like those are the most important things that I've ever learned, at least in higher education, just because it relates to just about everything else, like scalability, the whole work smarter, not harder. Yeah, you can't go there. Anyways, because yeah, why fix one problem when you can fix 10 or more? And why do something one time and do it the wrong way? Or like it still fixes the issue for a certain amount of time or, you know, temporarily. But if you can fix it for a longer amount of time or for good, you know, try to do it that way. And it's all about just decision making in problem solving. And problem solving refers to everything. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I mean, it's only 14,000 blood echoes, but still, it's 14,000 blood echoes. Jeez, so annoying. Anyways, that's probably the most important thing. Like I said, I'm teaching my kids that too, because you might as well learn young, especially the pigeonholing thing, because that's going to be useful. Like if they start seeing some bullying going on, or if they start doing some bullying, you know, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Not everybody's perfect, and they're kids, they're learning. Oh gosh, we're going to get grabbed if we hang out there too long. So yeah, and it's really something that everybody should learn, and it's not okay that only the people that invest... Oh, no! Ah, they get me stun locked in a corner like that. The roly-poly. Ah, they're so cheap. Anyways. There we go, now you're done. Get this guy that's just taking pot shots at us. Anyways, yeah, so if everybody were just to learn scalability and pigeonholing, you know, in standardized school, which I believe they are, they're at least learning scalability, because now computer programming is standard education in public schools. You. She's the one bringing them back to life all the time. So I wonder if that's the one for all of the beginning area. Like if I go back out there, I wonder if those things respawn. Not that it matters, we're not going back that way unless we have the shortcut, but let's go ahead and then run away. Oh, he just looked at us. Always looking. That didn't trigger him? Huh. Yeah, it did. Actually, that was kind of risky. I shouldn't have been right there, but oh well. I was about to say, I think it's a pretty far range, that thing. Anyways, did these guys respawn? Or those were the guys? I don't know. Also, this, I think I pointed this out last musing. It's so creepy. It's like your head in a cage. That could be like when you're putting yourself in a label, a pigeonhole. No, I don't know. We're not going to try to start relating this to Bloodborne, but basically, yeah, scalability, it's being taught standard. Coding is taught standard. I'm very optimistic for the future. We're going to start trying to solve all our problems in ways that will fix as many problems with one action or a few actions. We're going to try to fix problems for longer periods of time, and that includes things like criminal justice reform, substance abuse, education, stuff like that. Like DARE was a good effort, like it was a good intention, but horribly failed. I mean, if anything, all DARE does is educate kids what drugs are and then what to ask for and stuff, basically. Yeah, so I don't know, and it's not going to get fixed overnight. There's still going to be some injustices, but like I said, Colorado and Oregon have already relaxed their drug laws, and we're seeing, you know, the benefits of that, like people getting treatment rather than going to jail or prison. And that's the thing, because prison is probably one of the most inefficient things in existence. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, more people joining, huh? Ugh. Bam! That was some good timing. And now he's gone. So we gotta get that Bell Maiden though, because this is gonna be a really annoying one that keeps respawning. Anyways, actually I gotta get going soon too. So we didn't really explore a lot of the... Oh no! You. And you. Don't like the shooters very much either. Oh, and then once the Bell Maiden is destroyed, they become very weak and they don't respawn. Wait, who else is still shooting? I don't even know how to get to you. Oh wait, you're... Anyways, yeah, so let's see, where are we even at? Just a little over half an hour. All right. And we'll do a little bit more just because I want to keep going in this area and see if we can't get like get that shortcut maybe. Well, we might as well talk about programming a little bit too, because programming in itself is really easily broken down into the sections that I put on that Python tutorial. I'll probably just throw all those links in all of these musings because they're equally important. That's where the laser thing is. Let's see what's up here. But yeah, because for anyone trying to learn computer science, you want to start off with Scratch. Scratch will teach you how to think like logically. You know, you've got your actions. What's controlled? Oh gosh, what? Like how far is the range of that thing? Yeah, it comes pretty close. All right. Really careful with that thing. Can I hide in the corner here? Whoa! Oh no! I was like, yes, it worked, but it did not. And that's death. So, alright, that's fair. That's a good place to stop. So this place you gotta pretty much just run through, I feel like. And that is like a level 28,000, but anyways, yeah, you just gotta run for it and then fight them a different way, I think. But anyways, any takeaway today was, yeah, scalability. I'll put those down in the description too, kind of like a brief description of each one or definition. So, alright, well, until next time, we didn't really get a lot done, except, oh, we did get the Elm Hunters. Or no, let's do that real quick, and then I'll call it good on this one. Show you what the doll... Wait, did we get the... Let me check my items. Oh, well, let's just go talk to her. Because there's supposed to be like a brooch or a...
Welcome. What is it?
Huh, I did not get it.
Farewell, good.
Because it's supposed to be like a hairpiece thing, or... So this thing, yeah, it makes you really fast. You have to have 15 arcane. Same with that one. So these are really cool things, but I only have 12 arcane. But if you're doing an arcane build, you get to do these things. Or I might even still do it, but... And it doesn't look like... Oh, wow. Unspeakable blood echoes. So I could probably get a level with all that stuff, but I don't see what I'm looking for. It was some, like, hairpiece thing or something for the... And these are all ritual things. For the doll. And the doll is supposed to have a different dialogue when you talk to her. Yeah, this is the thing that gets you into that Cthulhu-like monsters area where you can fight that thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the doll's clothes. Oh wait. That almost looked like it. Because I think once you can either give it to the doll as a present, and I don't know what happens, or you can break it and it becomes a thing. So, anyways, that's all for the musings today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta.